to reach the Empress before Corypheus.
We know how. I have our way in. At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. During the festivities, Céline will be meeting for peace talks.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
What do we know about...
The man who would have been... He's Céline's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the... Céline outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds who hold... She became Empress, and he a general in the Imperial... He's also a Chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army?
Most Chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give... The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarre. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Who is this,
An ambassador in name only. She has The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to... That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command.
Wait, the Elven leader?
It's not widely known. Just a rumor, if it's true and where to get out. The Empress and an elf. Even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Tell me
Empress Céline is a renowned... She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few...
Céline is surrounded at all times by Count... What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he...
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
We've made the attempt.
It seems that our messages never reached her.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land...
We shouldn't waste any time.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests. Whether we act as his allies, or upset the balance of power, he...
Inquisitor Trevelyan. The rumors coming out of the Western Approach. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
I can see many benefits to...
Keep the image firmly in mind. I am not a man who forgets his friends. Prepared to shock the Assembly by appearing as the guest of a... They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Duke Gaspard. I look...
As do I, my friend. The Empire... If you have the safety of the Orlesian people at heart, this elven woman, Briala, I suspect my people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of...
That sounds like something I should look into.
I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, we're keeping the court...
Is that the Inquisitor? A mage? No, there must be some mistake.
From the Circle of Ostwick, so they say.
There must be something here.
Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure! Enjoy the party.
I can hardly believe Gaspard and Céline.
nightingale makes me nervous.
Foreigners. Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Valois.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I must warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the... It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured...
I'll keep my guard.
The game is like wicked grace played to the death. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer in the Fade with the Firdiaman.
It might be a good... Especially Sarah. Maybe...
I'll have a few... Everything will be fine. Andraste, watch over us all.
Can Gaspar take the throne without the backing of the Council of Heralds?
He plans to take it by force. If the council won't
Need to have this
recognize him,
jacket let
he
out.
will march against them.
It will take some time to get our men into the palace. I'll alert you.
What is Gaspar? It wouldn't surprise me if he brought...
How could the Empress afford to renovate the palace without war going on?
I heard that it wasn't renovations at all.
Interesting. Interesting. Good to know. Boring.
Who does Orzammar favor in the negotiations?
King Edu has put considerable thought behind the Empress in hopes that trading
How has the lyrium trade dropped off so sharp?
With so much fighting, demand should be higher than ever.
My contact says there's a new supplier. Can't track down who it might be.
How can they call this a vestibule?
It's
a foyer.
Please,
It will take some time to get our men.
Is that the Inquisitor?
The guest wing is not open to the public at this time.
No one asked you.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon and Lord Inquisitor Trevelyan of the Ostwick Circle of Magi. Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the Mage Underground.
He is so full of it. That's not how it went.
Champion of the Blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, Lord Dorian Pavus, member of the Circle of Arantium, son of Lord Magister Hallward Pavus of Azariel, Warden Blackwall of Valsh...
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have...
Inquisitor?
Lord Inquisitor, we welcome... Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition... We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day. We have heard much of your exploits, Inquisitor. They have made grand... How do you find Haram Shiral?
I have never seen anything...
We hope you will find time to take in some of its... Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom. We look forward to watching you dance.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
Tell me, Yvette, how are Mama and Papa? Are they in good health?
I don't like
They
that.
want anything?
Nobody
Papa's
shows many hunting dogs.
Josephine!
If I have to
Inquisitor,
clean up another part...
please allow me to present to you my younger...
Delighted to meet you.
Inquisitor, I've heard Josephine writes. Is it true? You and Josephine are going to elope and move to the Anderfells and join the Grey Ward? Yvette, I want to know.
I already packed our bag.
I need...
Inquisitor, please give her no more ammunition. I beg you.
Which powers of the Inquisition?
Celine has held the throne successfully for you. Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say,
Enjoying the ball?
I see men. The dancing is so dull, your worship.
Yvette.
Sorry, Josie.
Half Royal must be empty, so many of... They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention, but they don't... This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
Oh, yes.
Yvette.
Fine. What about...
No. Absolute...
She still plays with her doll collection when...
Yvette! That's...
Tell me about yourself, Lady Yvette.
She would forget to mention the artists. You should be proud, Josie. I'm going to be
Have you actually sat down?
I must wait for...
And I must wait for your tutor's bills.
Can you believe the Inquisition fill its ranks with apostates?
You just know that
doing in the western approach? It's a wasteland.
I heard Celine was having the entire
did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
Do you have any...
Elysian social events don't... There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
You've attracted a following.
I don't know, but they won't leave me alone.
I take it you're not enjoying it?
At this point, the headache I'm developing is preferable to the company.
Have you noticed...
Nothing that stands out. I doubt there's a single person here without...
Who do you think the...
Gaspard's claim to the... Orlais needs someone capable of responding to the crisis at hand. A military-minded...
We'll talk...
I wait.
Perhaps we can speak...
Crotchrup beats his squire. He's a she. As a bastard. Extra toes.
Making any...
Not like... They're all glances and titters. Not sure if they're allowed to like you yet. Pathetic.
Any thoughts on who...
The Empress is pretty. It'd be fun to drink and kill stuff with... Elves, elves, elves. But it's really a pissing match with an old lover. Don't know the rest. They're all lying, but Celine's nice to look at. Good thing we're here to save her neck. You mean, do any of the servants ferrying tarts between these windy tits hate them enough? I'm not saying yes, but... Wait, yes I am. There's some good stuff hidden around.
Back soon.
Not going...
Have you heard from your nephew?
Not since his...
Are you happy to see me at all, Josie?
Is that
Might not have been wise to attend this particular engagement.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspard will ruin us all. Is it true the Inquisitor was any doubt of the faith I entrust in?
Good. I was hoping it would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador.
The Ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who... I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of...
How can Celine openly keep it?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment. When the Circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost...
That sounds exactly like the person...
She's worth investigating. Both leads point toward the guest wing. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better.
I had no idea.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
Ah, I'm ready for anything. Just give the word. What do you think?
I think I'd rather be anywhere else. Let's say what you want about Celine's ascension. She stole the throne. In the years since, she's proven she's the perfect mix of Gaspard. You may as well crown a bull if he wins.
Care to elaborate?
It was a long time ago. Back when we didn't stop to boast about past victories, when there was...
What's the word?
There aren't enough guard. Either the Empress disguised them for appearances or something.
While I have a moment, is there...
I'm not well acquainted. They rarely welcome Grey Wardens coming in with the right of...
Wait for... Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
leave us.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
Interesting. Boring.
Gaspard is...
Interesting. Good to know.
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
Awfully selfish of this, Philippe.
I've half a mind to inform the Dowager. That would the night of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard. Thank you for listening to me rant.
Well, well. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. I'm curious.
Have you noticed?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
What can you...
If you are hoping for insight, it's war. It is brutal. And terrible. And some...
Another...
You don't want to be here, stranger.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
You went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there all night.
I'll tell Briala we have a situation.
I heard the Inquisition was here.
You're too gullible.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Duke Germain?
He's... This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance.
Well, well. What's this?
My lord! My lord!
May we have a word? The Empress has sent us with a message for you. We three.
They signify that we are part...
They are also extremely fashionable.
I am always honored to hear...
Oh, she... Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard...
That's a generous offer.
The Empress believes wholeheartedly that the Inquisition is our best...
She looks forward to cementing a...
As soon as Gaspard...
But we have taken enough of...
Please, enjoy...
Did you need something? You must be mistaken.
No.
I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
Where has that servant gone? Elves, always shirking their duties.
Well, that's useful.
Gaspard is waiting for his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of...
Get these pastries out to the
Consider that
diplomats.
before threatening
The
to
Duchess
burn
has
them.
Waste of time. Boring.
Galida.
Are all the Denonces here?
I have an idea, Josephine.
Are all the Denonces here?
Maker, I hope not.
Did you just grab...
Look at Lady Cambien's slippers. And those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll...
There's a Tevinter assassin on the...
Everyone needs a hobby. This golden jewels on a dancing slip. She is unconcerned with the possible... But Lady Cambien's family has recently lost So, how did Cambien acquire such a grand... These are all useful questions, no? This is Halam Shiral, Inquisitor. Of course, everyone is... I learned this very young. All this, the smiles, For some of us, it has become so familiar that the steps may be performed.
What do you think the Inquisition should...
What we need most of all is a stable Olay. Either Celine or Gaspard can give us that.
I found this out.
Very interesting. A little more dirt like this. If you find more, let me know. I always...
I still remember the day they came to tell me that I recognized.
Is this it? Just looking at each other and what? I'm waiting for the party to start.
Making...
Not as... So many feathers. Just... You know the answer.
Any...
The They're all lying, but Celine's nice... Not good.
Just gossip.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
Yes?
Consider that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. He was raised a prince. All his life with... What else should he do with his life, if not fight for his destiny?
Another
This is all so familiar. I half expect my mother to materialize from the crowd and criticize my manners.
Is this how the...
You could almost mistake this for the same double-dealing, elegant poison canapes, but the night is still young.
Have you seen anything I should...
Did you see what that Marquis is wearing? That suit is a greater crime than anything.
What if your mother were actually here?
Short one mage after he's dragged out by his earlobe.
I'm having difficulty...
Picture me a young boy of 5 years then. She's certainly all with...
I appreciate...
And expose myself to all this exquisite...
Not everyone's likely to be friendly.
It's true. You'd think I smelled of cabbages the way they wrinkle.
bell. We should get back to the ballroom. That would be the second bell. Fashionably late now.
I didn't expect the Inquisitor to be so delighted.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
You should have considered that before.
Well, that's useful. Third bell, crap. Now I'm just plain late.
Well, well. What have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition. Delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the... What could bring such an exalted creature here?
I'm here on important business concerning...
As am I. I am Morrigan. Some call me You have been very bit. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
I hope so.
A sentiment I share.
Recent event.
Recently I found and killed. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side.
You left Celine alone?
I must return to her anon, but she would be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her...
What's your interest in protecting Empress Celine?
If anything were to happen to Celine, eyes would turn first to... There are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now, not...
Why did you kill the agent?
I would not have slain the man on... Why? Undoubtedly. I did not know from whence he came until after the battle, and regret... What intentions the Imperium has here, I suspect you know far better than I.
I may find the time.
Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. What comes next?
Is that the Inquisitor?
He's not very good looking, is he, poor man?
Why would the Empress invite that elf woman?
Inquisitor?
Doesn't look like negotiations are going well.
And sail, Bas-
Is it true the Inquisitor was the leader of the Fade by interest?
So many crimes of fashion.
I found the...
They'll never...
Lady Nightingale makes me nervous.
Inquisitor Trevelyan. You haven't dazzled the court this evening. What brings you to me?
I had a question.
I'm an elf. I'm good at what I do. And so that matters.
I've been told you...
I didn't take you. I suppose your spies have already briefed you. So there's no... But we've gone our separate ways now. Empress Celine and I... There was a time when I put my spies at her... We had a falling out. Now we are negotiating to determine whether I return to her side in the war. She betrayed me. Turned me over to the guards on it. It wasn't personal. It's the game. It wouldn't do to let the court know she had an elven.
If she doesn't win you back to her side?
I have contingency plans. I'm not a... This evening gives me access to Duke Gaspard. But with time and sufficient blackmail, he might work with us.
You just told me you have reason to...
I know it's Few harbor more resentment. But if she died after inviting me here, an elf assassinating the Empress, alienages across Orlais, across all Thedas, would be purged. That cannot happen.
You might be interested in what I've found. It's about Gaspard. He's been threatened...
Typical. Gaspard's always been a bully. Typical. Gaspard's always... Inquisitor,
we will be happy. Her Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
If the evening ends...
Her Imperial Majesty...
She is also a respected diplomat and world leader.
And she throws the best parties.
Perhaps you could tell me something then. We have...
How rude. My Lord Inquisitor?
And Lady...
And of course, Lady Fleur.
I'd like to know more about...
Her Majesty has held us...
She is respected and beloved.
She doesn't care much for liver, and she drinks her tea black.
I'd like to know more about the negotiations. It seems strange to hold...
The nobility society must do things.
By Orlesian tradition, moments of...
While joyous occasions are given,
we must never forget that.
The ball is an opportunity to celebrate life and hope for the future.
What can you tell me about the other party?
Gaspard is a decorated general.
He is better suited to the battlefield than the throne.
He's also...
Lady Briella has great...
Even if her plans could never work...
She is an idealist. But her
What is the Empress trying...
Peace is her only...
Gaspard and Briella are driven by personal ambition.
The war must end tonight. We must conclude this to deal with the larger crisis.
My investigations turned up something interesting. It concerns Ambassador Briella. Her people have info...
This is
She could be spot...
How exciting!
She killed ambassadors from both Celine...
How After the Empress...
She's better at the game than we thought.
My investigations turn... It concerns the Grand Duke. He's made a lot of threats.
The Grand Duke?
Very loud talk.
He has never had any skill at the game.
Until...
Do take...
Enjoy...
My friend! If you're as delighted by the court as I am, there's a
I'd like to know...
all of Orlais. The heart of it is simple. But my cousin, Celine, they gave the crown to her. And while it looks fetching...
What's your claim?
The 100 days cough swept. There are only 3 living grandchildren. And I am the eldest.
If you're the rightful heir...
I am the oldest, but I lack... Celine is a Valmont. Her on... When there is any doubt surrounding the line of success, Celine outplayed me, forming alliances on the council.
So you intend to out-negotiate?
It will take heroic effort on my part. The talks will take most of the evening. Make her willing, we will emerge triumphant.
I have a question about the peace talks.
As you might have guessed, if the nobles believe the and I take joy in watching the scandalized expression.
What can you tell me?
Brianna may be called, and she works towards some hidden. Celine is a skilled player in the game, but the game is a farce. I will prove that a few...
What will be going...
We will whittle one another down. Celine will talk circles around us. That elf will glower. Somehow, by the time they stop serving drinks, our war will be...
I get the distinct impression that you...
In Orlais, they call it... But there are no winners. Like, give me a battlefield. When I am emperor, there will be changes. The nobles may not like it, but after a few lose their heads, there... Another...
Did you see Gaspard dance?
Inquisitor?
Where has that servant gone? Elves.
I'm so glad Maman did not want to attend. She always ruins everything.
Not as much as you do.
This could be worth checking out.
Caught in the middle of this crap. What fully qualified arsehole stops to kill a cook? This guy's way too
That knife bears a shot.
Time to have a word. Venatori agents! That must be the Venatori leader. The Venatori were watching this approach. They're organized.
Fancy me. Shouldn't you be dancing, Inquisitor?
Ambassador.
Your reputation. You cleaned this place out. I came down to save or avenge my missing people. So, the Council of Herald's emissary in the courtyard. That's not your work, is it?
He was dead?
I expect... You may have arrived with the Grand Duke, but I knew he was smuggling his chevaliers. But those are desperate acts. Gaspard must be planning to strike.
The Empress need...
You can try to warn her. I misjudged you, Inquisitor. What could you do with an army of elven spies at your disposal? You should...
I would consider such an...
We can help each other, Inquisitor. I know which way the wind is blowing. I'd bet... And if you happen to lean a little bit our way?
Does it seem strange that every single person at this party has tried to bribe us?
There was so much conniving and backstabbing here. Makes me homesick.
We are in your debt, Inquisitor.
Thank you, Inquisitor.
Is it true what they say? We heard stories of your accomplishments. Not everyone fights an archdemon and lives to tell. It's an inspiration. Ready?
You don't feel...
You're right.
That would be the second bell. Fashionably late now.
Inquisitor Trevelyan. We met briefly. I am Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. Welcome.
Is there something I can do?
Indeed you can. I believe tonight you and I are both concerned. Come, dance with me. Spies will not hear us on the dance floor.
Very well. Shall we dance, Your Grace?
I'd be delighted. You are from the Free Marches, are you not? How much do you know about our little war?
My advisors keep...
One would hope the Inquisition's leader...
It took great effort to arrange tonight's negotiations. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
I think I can agree with that.
Then you have lifted a terrible burden from my heart. The world is filled with doubt and uncertainty. Fear rules more hearts than any. I know you arrived here as a guest of my brother Gaspard, and have been You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor, and a matter of concern to some.
Am I the curiosity or the concern?
A little of both, actually. This evening is of great importance, Inquisitor. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
I trust the Inquisition, Your Grace.
In the Winter Palace, everyone. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
I have seen a few.
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
You'll be the talk of the court for months. We should take you dancing more often. You still face demons and horror. Were you dancing with Duchess Flor...
More importantly, what happened in the servants' quarters?
I hope you have good news. It appears the peace talks are crumbling.
The Grand Duchess tried to convince me Gaspard...
Florian and her brother are thick as thieves, but...
Then, the attack on the
Warning Celine is pointless. She needs these talks to... Then perhaps we should let her die.
I won't stand by.
Listen to me carefully. What Corypheus wants is chaos, even with... To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong.
And it doesn't need to be...
Do you realize what you're... Sometimes, the best path is not the easiest one.
You're asking me to decide what's best.
More than that. Whoever controls the
You cannot stop Corypheus without a decision. Then we should support Celine. She is...
Because she led or lay to this point. I say Gaspard.
I would suggest Briala. She could bring... This is, however, your decision, Inquisitor, not ours.
I can't decide.
You must, even in action. You could speak to Celine in the ballroom, but she...
If Gaspard is guilty, he'll admit nothing.
What did Duchess Florian...
She said Gaspard's mercenary captain is in the...
Which could be a trap.
Then get me access. And in the meantime, get your...
At once.
Does anyone have a report on the casualties in the day?
Inquisitor? So many crimes of fashion.
I found...
They'll never...
Is it true the Inquisitor was any doubt of the faith I entrust in? It's been too long since I've had any word.
Any more servers in the ballroom? Where is everybody?
Where has that servant gone? Elves, always shirking their duties.
Inquisitor?
Duke Gaspard wants another battle of bread. We better have 2 or 3 of them.
Where has that servant gone?
Has anyone ever told you that you have merciful eyes?
Lord Inquisitor.
I'd like your opinion of this gap.
It's doomed to... At least it should be amusing. We haven't had such a menage...
Have you noticed anything?
Too few Imperial guards stand in attendance, my dear.
Good evening.
Where is that lazy elf? I sent him down to the cellar for more wine hours ago.
burn them all in their homes.
I had no idea. Interesting. Good to know.
Sarah, what are you wearing? Are you sure it's dead?
What? Is there something? Oh, ha ha. Eat it.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Oh, thank you. No one's supposed to be here. Briala...
Briala told you to come?
Not personally. We get coded messages at Sir... She's been watching the Grand Duke all night. No surprise she wanted...
Is there anyone else who knows the code in the...
I don't know. Any of us could do it, but...
So this room belongs to...
It used to. But this part of the palace was damaged, and the royal family moved to the guest wing.
What were you trying to find?
The message didn't say. I should have known it was a...
This wing is sealed.
Easy. The door was unlocked.
It takes great courage to come...
It's not courage to... I knew her. Now she wants to play revolution, but I remember.
Would you be willing to testify?
Absolute. If the Inquisition will protect me...
Most Orlesians would say that...
Knew it. I did.
Go to the ballroom. Find Commander...
Thank you.
What's this then? Swapping all the gold leaf with diamonds, I bet.
Inquisitor, what a pleasure. I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my...
I had a feeling you were mixed up.
Such a pity. You could almost be our lead. It was kind of you to walk into my trap so Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Why kill the Empress? What?
Celine's death is a stepping stone. Corypheus will enter the Black City. We will cast down your useless maker and usher in a united world.
Your Orlesian royalty.
You think so small, Inquisitor. Why set... I admit, I will relish the look on Gaspard's face when he realizes I've outplayed him. He always was a sore loser.
What exactly is in...
The wild... I'll deliver the entire South. When he has ascended to godhood, I will rule all...
You don't have to go through with this, Florian. There's still...
Oh, my dear. In their darkest dreams, no one imagines... All I need is to keep you out of the... A pity you'll miss the rest of the ball in... Kill him, and bring... It will make a fine gift.
On your feet! And just... were those demons?
No more demons.
Maker. I knew Gaspard was a bastard, but I didn't think he'd feed me to fucking horrors.
Duke Gaspard?
Well, his sister. And all that garbage she was spewing doesn't mean anything. Gaspard had to be the master.
Your accent sounds Ferelden.
Born and raised in Denerim. The Duke wanted to move on the palace tonight. So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual pay to come to all.
I don't know if I'm more shocked that Gaspard hired Ferelden.
You and me both.
Gaspard doesn't care who...
You saved my life. You want me to talk to the Empress, or the court, or sing a blast?
Thank the Maker you're back. The Empress will begin her speech soon. What should we do? What? There's no time.
We owe the court one more show, Your Grace.
Inquisitor?
I'm giving you a chance. There's no need for more death.
I don't know what you're talking...
Really? You've already forgotten trying to... You arranged for your brother to be at the ball so everyone would be watching him. So when the council emissary stumbled into the wrong room and found your assassin, the Empress, your brother, and the entire court all here as your guests.
This is very entertaining, but...
That will be a matter for a judge to...
Gaspard? You cannot believe that... Gaspard?
Your Imperial Majesty, I think we should speak in private. Elsewhere.
Your sister attempted regicide in front of the entire court.
You're the spy master.
You don't deny your involvement.
I do deny it. I knew nothing of Florian.
I don't know which is better. That you think I'm all...
Enough! We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
I wouldn't have caught Florian in time without Briala's help.
Of course.
We have the note from your general ordering him to move...
It was a defensive choice.
Keep talking, Gaspard. Eventually, you'll convince somebody.
He also murdered a Council of Heralds emissary. I found the body and his...
I have done no such thing.
And of course, he made death threats. Briala found all of this out for you.
In light of overwhelming evidence, we have... You are hereby sentenced to death.
You have enough proof to dissolve his support for the throne, Your Majesty.
As a favor to you, Gaspard, you are hereby banished. Thank you, Inquisitor. I owe you my... You have done a service for the Empire never to be forgotten, my friend. Orlais will never forget your... Lords and ladies of the court, the civil war which has plagued us is at an end. Those who drove us into war for selfish gain. Gaspard de Chalon is guilty of treason. He is no longer... We have lost enough. No more! In our hour of need, the Inquisition has... It is the honor of Orlais to stand with... And in ages to come, our children and grandchildren... Will you address the court, my friend?
Ending the war was the first step.
Well said, Inquisitor. We of the court must use our resources. But that is tomorrow. Tonight, feast, my friends. Enjoy our...
The Orlesian nobility make drunken toasts to your... Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations, Inquisitor? 'Tis most fickle.
Everyone suddenly wants to talk to me.
Then I have happy news. By Imperial decree, Celine wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine.
I had no idea you were interested.
The assignment has been given to me. Celine knows you face an opponent who wields great magical power. You will require my knowledge. Regardless, Corypheus is a threat to Orlais, and to myself.
What skills do you have?
I have knowledge which I suspect this is also true of Corypheus. Thus, mundane knowledge will not bring the rift in the sky to a...
When you say knowledge beyond the realm of most mages...
I know many obscure, forgotten, and forbidden art. Should thought of that frighten you, knowledge alone does no harm. What I possess, I place at your disposal.
Welcome to the Inquisition.
A most gracious... I shall meet you.
Is everything all right? You look troubled.
Things went according to plan for one.
Tonight was a triumph. You should be proud. Is there anything I can do? Can I get you anything? A drink, perhaps?
Would you care to dance with me?
I was hoping